number 1 and 2 on this, if they say if you're given a percent, write it as a fraction. If you're given a fraction, write it as a percent. So we've got 32.5%. How do we make it a fraction? Drop the percent sign and put it over 100. Now, can we have a decimal in the numerator? No. How can we get rid of the decimal? By multiplying by the power of 10. What power of 10 should I multiply by? Just 10. Because what happens when I multiply by 10? This moves one spot. If you multiply the numerator by 10, guess what you have to do to the denominator? Multiply times 10. What's 100 times 10? 1,000. I would accept this answer right here. Obviously, if you reduced, you would have gotten 13 over 40. But I will take this right here. Now, number 2 is a fraction, and it tells us to write it as a percent. So how do you write a fraction as a percent? You take the numerator, which is 3. You divide it by the denominator, which is 11. You hit the equal sign. That's a decimal. Now, how do you make a decimal percent? You multiply by 100 and add the percent sign. So this would be 27.27 repeating percent. Now, on this, if you did not write the repeating sign, that is fine. If you rounded, that is fine. You could have rounded to just 27%. You could have rounded to 27.3%. You could have written 27.27. Okay, but as long as you had the percent sign and the 27, pretty much. All right. Number 3 and 4. 2 different ways to do this. I think the fastest, easiest way to do it is make the percent a decimal and then multiply, and that's it. So what's 50% as a decimal? 0.5. Of means multiply, 85. So half of 85 is 42.5. On number 4, make the percent a decimal. What's 89% as a decimal? 0.89 multiplied times 250. So 89% of 250 is 222.5. Now remember, if you put the percent sign on either one of those, that is wrong. Number 5, it says, a computer randomly generates an integer, a number between 1 and 16. Find the probability of the given event. Write it as a percent. If you were to count from 1 to 16, how many times would you say 2? Once. Okay? So the chances that you would get the number 2 are 1 over 16. We need this as a percent. You can either take the numerator, divide it by the denominator, multiply it by 100, and you have a percent, or you can set it up like this. 1 over 16 is what over 100? And you can cross multiply and divide. Either way you do it, whether you take 1 divided by 16 and then multiply by 100, you get that. Or if you cross multiply 1 times 100, which is 100, and then divide 100 by 16, same thing. But if you do not include the percent, because this is 6.25%, it is wrong. Now, what's the probability of an even number? How many even numbers are there between 1 and 16? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There's 8, right? So 8 over 16, you could do it like this. 8 over 16 is what over 100? Or you can divide 8 by 16, and you get 0.5, and multiply times 100, and you get, or 0.05, no, 0.5. 8 divided by 16, and then multiply times 100, and you get 50, which is 50%. Or you could cross multiply 8 times 100, which is 800, and divide by 16, and you get the same thing, 50%. If you don't include the percent sign, it is wrong. Yes.
Is that okay to see?
No. I mean, it has to be written as 50%.
No, but I mean.
Oh yeah, you can do it that way. On a math test, you scored 69 points out of 75 total points. On the next math test, you scored 51 points out of a total of 60 total points. For both tests combined, what was your score as a percent of the total points? Well, first of all, you need to add up the total points. So what is 75 plus 60? So maybe the wick, somebody forgot to put the wick in it, or maybe the jar broke, or maybe the wax cracked or something. It means they weren't sellable, right? So 0.9% of the 4 million were defective. So how many candles does that mean were defective? Make the percent a decimal, move it 2 places to the left, drop the percent sign, and multiply times 4 million, which is 4 with 6 zeros behind it. So I'm going to take 0.009 times 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I get 36,000 candles. That's a lot of candles that they weren't able to sell. Okay, so what does that translate to in money? Well, have you guys, I mean, it depends on how much the candle was, but let's just say the candle was $10. Maybe they were selling it for $10. How much money did they just lose? $360,000 because of defective candles. Now, what you wouldn't want is to be the person that was responsible for all 36,000 defective candles. Does that make sense? And that's going to happen. That's kind of the cost of doing business. Sometimes you are going to get defective parts that you can't sell. Have you guys ever been to like Marshall's or Ross, and they are selling something and it has a tag on there that says, you know, this shirt is defective, maybe there's a button missing, or maybe there's a slight tear in it, and they sell it to you for less? Okay, that's just the cost sometimes that happens. All right, now here's where we use the percent proportion. Easiest way to do this. A over B is what? P over 100. Okay, remember also it can be is over of. Is over of. Okay, now the percent is always the P. The is and the of is what you have to determine, because if you don't put the right number in the numerator and the right number in the denominator, you're going to get it wrong. Remember, if the two numbers they give you, if one of them is a percent and one of them is a number, your answer will always be a number. If they're both numbers, your answer will always be a percent. Okay, so on this right here, am I going to include the percent sign in my answer? No. If you include a percent sign in your answer, it will be wrong. Okay, so I'm saying A over B is P over 100. Now, obviously I have the P. The P is 120. Somebody go ahead and write 120 over 100. I've got to figure out, is of 74, is 74 the part or the base? Base. Why? Because it's associated with what? Of. So it's going to be, I'm finding the part. Now all I do is cross multiply and divide. 120 times 74 equals that, divided by 100 equals that, 88.8. So my answer would be 88.8, not percent. Number 17, what number is 0.5% of 8? Again, A over B is P over 100. I have the P, it's 0.5 over 100. I have the of 8. Of means the base. So I'm trying to find that. So I'm going to take 0.5 times 8 and then divide by 100. And I get 0.04. Alright, that was number 17. Number 18. Now this one is worded a little different. I'm still going to use the A over B is P over 100. For sure, that's a giveaway, 42%. That's going to be the P. Now, do I have A or do I have B? A. Well, how do I know it's A? Because it's associated with the word is. So 25.2 is going to go in the numerator, and I'm trying to find the base. I'm trying to find the bottom number. So I still cross multiply and divide. 52 a decimal. 0.52. Multiply times 75. So 52% of 75 is 39. Is that my answer? No, because the direction says increase 75 by 52%. 52% of 75 is 39. So now I have to add the increase back to the original amount. So take 39 plus 75 and I get 114, which is my answer. I did the same thing in number 23. I'm going to make 2% a decimal, which is 0.02. I'm going to multiply times 150, and I get 3. So I am increasing 150 by 3. So I'm going to add 3 back to 150, which is 153. Now when I decrease, first step is the same. I'm still finding the percent. So I'm going to find 25% of 24. How do I do that? I make 25% a decimal, which is 0.25. I multiply times 24, and I get 6. Now, if I'm decreasing, am I going to add 6 to 24, or am I going to subtract 6? Subtract 6. So what's 24 minus 6? 18 would be my answer. Decrease 80 by 30%. Make 30% a decimal, 0.3. Multiply times 80, and I get 24. So am I going to add 24 back to 80, or am I going to subtract it? And what is 80 minus 24? 56. And number 26, it says, you bought a pair of jeans at an outlet store. You see the same jeans at another store for $51, which is 36% more than what you paid for them at the outlet store. How much did you pay for the jeans at the outlet store? So, we are essentially decreasing 51 by 36% because you paid 30% less. Okay, so I'm going to take 36% and make it a decimal, which is 0.36. I'm going to multiply by 51, which is 1836. Now, did you pay 1836? No, you did not pay 1836. So if the jeans were $51 and you did not pay 1836, you take that off and you get, I did that wrong.
So you take 18.
Did I multiply that right?
Yeah.
Did I subtract that?
Yeah.
Okay. 32.64. Is that what y'all got?
Yep.
Oh yeah, dollars. So, yeah. That's right. All right. Next one is number 27, which is this right here, where we've got the little receipt. So, you paid $32 for food, and now we've got to figure out the tax and the tip. So the tax is on the food. So we've got to find 6% of $32, which is 0.6 times 32, which is 0.06, I'm sorry. 0.06 times 32, which equals $1.92. So you're going to pay $1.92 in tax. Now the tip is 15%, so I'm going to take 0.15 times 32. So we go 0.15 times 32, which equals $4.80. So when I add all that up, I'm going to pay $32 for the food, plus $1.92 for the tip, plus $4.80 for, $1.92 for the tax, $4.80 for the tip. So my total bill is going to end up being $38.72. Now, I'll make a side note here. Most of the time, whenever you go to a restaurant and you tip, most people tip off of the total with tax. So what they would do is add the 32 and the $1.92, and that's your total. And then they would take a percentage of that to tip on, which makes it where your waiter or waitress gets actually a little bit more. But mathematically, you're supposed to figure the tip off of whatever you paid for food, not the food and the tax. But that's what most people do. I mean, that's what I do. I look at the total after the tax and take a percentage of that. So which is $1. So $1 for tax. And then tip is 22%, which is a pretty good tip. So 22% times the $20 bill, the $20 bill. So 0.22 times 20 equals $4.40. So you're going to pay your $20 for the food, plus your $1 in tax, plus your $4.40 for your tip, for a total of $25.40. Next, so we have retail and a retail price and a markup percent. So on this, we need to use a formula. So I had you guys at the top of your review write down 5 different formulas. So 2 of them have to do with interest. So obviously, we're not looking at those. Or 3 of them had to do with the interest and stuff for the lesson 7.7. So there's 2 from this chapter, this lesson 7.6 that you need to look at. So somebody look at their formula and tell me which one gives me the retail price and the markup percent. Which one is it?
29.
No, and which formula is it?
Oh.
You need to be looking at your formulas that you were supposed to write down. Do you have it? What is it?
It's the
Retail price equals the wholesale
price,
times 100% plus the markup percent, right? So, I need to fill in what I know. Do I know the retail price? Yes, it is $40. Do I know the wholesale price? No, that's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find whatever it costs, whatever this is, say it's a shirt, it's $40. That's what you paid for it. I'm trying to figure out what Dillard's paid for it before I had to pay for it. So now I'm going to take this times 100% plus the markup percent. So I've got 100% plus the markup of 85%. So rewrite it again. 40 equals the wholesale price. What's 100% plus 85%? 185%. From here, I'm going to rewrite it, and I'm going to make 185% a decimal, which is 1.85. From here, I'm going to say what's being done to the variable. What's the variable? WP. What's being done to it? It's being multiplied by 1.85. What's the opposite of multiplying by 1.85? Dividing by 1.85. So I'm going to divide both sides by 1.85. So now I'm going to get 40 divided by 1.85, and I get 21 point, we'll just say 62. So basically, if you bought this shirt from Dillard's for $40, Dillard's paid $21.62 to whoever it was they got it from. So let's say it was a polo shirt. You paid $40 for the polo shirt. Dillard's paid $21.62, and it sold it to you for $40. All right, now number 30. Are we going to use the same formula? No. Why? Because we have a different set of information. We have a sale price and a discount percent. Okay, so we have a different formula. What is it?
The sales price equals whatever price times 100 minus the discount price.
Yep, times 100% minus the discount percent. So I have the sales price. It's $199. What I want to know, well, what was this, whatever it is? Let's say it's a Blu-ray player. It's on sale for $199, but it's 20% off. So what was it? What was the cost of it before it went on sale? So the original price, 100% minus the discount percent. So what's 100 minus 20? 80%. Now the next thing for me to do is rewrite it using 0.8. I'm just turning the percent to a decimal. Now what's being done to the variable is being multiplied by 0.8. What's the opposite of multiplying 0.8 by 0.8? Dividing by 0.8. So I got to divide both sides by 0.8. When I take 199 and I divide it by 0.8, I get $248.75. So before this Blu-ray player went on sale for 20% off, it was $248.75. And you paid $199.
I got $200 for this.
Just make sure your work matches here. Because it's before it went on sale, it's $248.75. one that has the information I need. So I'm going to use the fact that the retail price equals the wholesale price times 100% plus the markup percent. So I have the retail price. It's $75.97. I don't know the wholesale price. That's what I'm trying to find. I'm going to take 100% plus the markup percent. What's 100 plus 42? 142%. How do I make 142% a decimal? I'm going to rewrite it like this. Now what do? Divide both sides by 1.42, and I get 75.97 divided by 1.42 equals $53.50. So before this item was marked up to sell to you, the consumer, it was $53.50. Okay, now the last couple problems. 32, 33, 34. So this is the other two formulas that we had from lesson 7.7. So the directions tell me that these two are simple annual interest. So the formula for simple annual interest is this. A equals the principal times 1 plus the rate times the time. So A is the balance. So A is $530. I don't know what P is, and I'm going to take 1 plus the rate. The rate is 4%, which I'm going to write it as a decimal, which is 0.04, times the time, which is 15 years. So the first thing to do is work what's in the parentheses. So I've got to take 1 plus whatever 0.4 times 15 is. 0.04 times 15, which equals 0.6. So I've got 1 plus 0.6, which is 1.6. Now what's being done to the variable? It's being multiplied by 1.6. What's the opposite of multiplying by 1.6? Dividing by 1.6. So I'm going to take 530, divide it by 1.6, and I get $331.25. So what this means is that you open an account somewhere. You deposited $331.25. You left it there for 15 years, and it earned 4% interest. So after 15 years, instead of having $331.25, you have $530. So how much money did you make? Yeah, like around $200, right? Not a whole lot for 15 years. I mean, that's old. That's longer than most people. That all of you have been alive, right? So that would be like saying, from now until the time you're 15, you'll earn $200. I mean, from the time you were born to the time you're 15. Not that much.